apologizing for not uploading as frequently, and that's because I have great news. I haven't said this yet, but my wife is in her last month of pregnancy, so I'm expecting a child next month. As you know, that makes prioritizing other things more than making videos on YouTube, but here and there I'm gonna make one, and still every week when I have free time, of course. Yeah, let's start and look at the world in the year 1914. And as you know, the main players are here in Europe. We have the United Kingdom, that is led by George V of the United Kingdom, who is guaranteeing the independence of Belgium. We have Denmark, we have Norway, and we have Sweden over here. As you can see, Finland nor Poland or other Baltic countries aren't really a thing in the 1914. Romania is a pretty small country, at least smaller than the current day. We see that all those other smaller countries that we had in the previous couple of hundred of years are basically all swallowed up by Russia. And the Russian Empire is extremely large, as you can see. They have everything and even more than in the current day. And it is ruled by Nikolai II, House of Romanov. And after the Great War, the House of Romanov would not rule the Russian Empire anymore. And of course, it wouldn't be an empire anymore, but a communist regime. We have the Netherlands, ruled by Queen Wilhelmina, but they do have elections. And we still, in the Netherlands, have a kingdom. We have a family, but it is democracy. Here we have Belgium, ruled by Albert. We have France, ruled by Raymond. Poincaré, I guess, is the correct pronunciation. When it comes to the armies, we can look a bit at the armies. There are some divisions on the borders, of course. Here we have the gendarmerie, and as always, armies are protecting the borders of said nations. Here we have Luxembourg, ruled by William IV. We have Spain, ruled by Alfonso XIII. It's an authoritarian regime. And does Spain still have a lot of lands outside of Europe? I see that they have this part here that is currently owned by Morocco, but also contested. They have a little piece over here, and basically everywhere else, from being the strongest colonial nation to having only small parts in Africa, while they used to own can see the United Kingdom holds Gibraltar. France has a lot of lands outside of Europe. You can see that they have a large amount of northwestern Africa. Here they have a piece, they hold Madagascar. They have a piece over here. They have, of course, Vietnam, which they would hold until after World War II. But there would be a war for independence, and basically France would give up, and America would take France's place in the war. They have a little bit over here in China, some pieces here, and they still have lands in South America. We have Switzerland, which hasn't changed much. It's a federal assembly, it's democratic, and basically not a lot will change. And I think Switzerland is one of those countries that has its borders established and the same for the longest time. But correct me if I'm wrong, of course. We have Germany, ruled by Wilhelm II, and Germany is authoritarian, and they are allied with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And basically, these two would be the key players in the wars that would start in the Great War, because Franz Joseph, or the Archduke, would be assassinated, or was assassinated, in Sarajevo, as far as my memory goes, by Serbian, I guess a revolutionary, who was part of a group called, I think, the Black Hand, and basically he assassinated him. After the assassination, Austro-Hungary sent a message to Serbia in which they wanted things from Serbia that were like almost impossible to give. So after Serbia refused, was led by Peter I, Austro-Hungary declared a war, and Russia stepped in, and here they are in an entente, in a faction with England and France. But I think this is because of the game mechanics. But basically, Russia declared a war after that on Hungary, as far as my memory goes. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But the main point is that Germany declared in return a war on Russia, or maybe Germany also declared a war before Russia managed to declare a war. But of course, because Germany attacked Russia, France, who was in I guess an alliance, or the Russian Empire in the same entente, also got the war. Germany declared war on Belgium so they can attack France, but Belgium is protected by England and France, so there you have it, the perfect recipe for a world war. So eventually, in this year, all of Europe would be in war, and the Ottomans actually joined the Central Powers like Austro-Hungary, I guess, because they saw opportunity to take lands back from Russia. There were a lot of famous battles, like the Australians landed in Turkey somewhere. The Battle of Gallipoli, I think it is called, but I don't see those names. Basically, they didn't win because the Ottomans had a fierce battle. But even though the Ottomans won the battle, eventually Germany and Austro-Hungary and I guess the Axis lost the war, and the Ottomans had to give a lot of lands to the Western powers or the victors. So this all became French and British, and basically the Arabs also fought against the Ottomans. It's the famous story of Lawrence of Arabia. So the Brits actually promised that the Arabs would get all the lands here, but yeah, the Brits and the French took it actually. As you can see, the United Kingdom has a lot of lands still in this day of age, and let me see. Yeah, so New Zealand and other colonies and Australia are within the dominion of England. And of course, the British Raj is a puppet or a colony of England. And a lot of soldiers would come out of out of India to fight for England in the First and Second World War, actually. Here we see a lot of British lands still. We have Persia, was ruled by Ahmad Shah Qajar. We have Italy, who was ruled by Vittorio Emanuele III, and they were guaranteeing the independence of the Albanian kingdom. But eventually, Albania, somewhere around the Second World War, would become a puppet of Italy. And actually, Italy didn't fight on the side of Germany or Austro-Hungary, so they got a decent amount of land after the war. So I guess this here became Italian, South Tyrol, and there are still some controversies around it. I think this piece here and here also became Italian, under their control. And this, okay, they already held this. Italy also swooped in and took modern day Libya from the Ottoman Empire. They have some lands here in Africa. And what else do they have? No, that's basically it. We have Portugal, who still has a very nice amount of land in Africa and a little bit here. Brazil, of course, is independent, which used to be a Portuguese colony. We have Tunisia, which is a puppet, a French puppet. Germany actually had some lands in Africa, and this is the result of the scramble for Africa. So they didn't really colonize it, but they did got some land, like a piece here in the Congo, and after they lost the war, Germany, they even had some lands over here. But basically Germany had to give say everything here was taken by Western powers except Abyssinia, Iyasu V. This was independent, and in the Second World War, before the Second World War, Italy would attack them, and I think they would also conquer them after a pretty long struggle, actually. We have the Kingdom of Afghanistan, ruled by Habibullah Khan. We have Tibet. We have Bogd Khanate of Mongolia. We have China, ruled by Zhao Kun, and they were pretty weak at this time. I mean, weak when it comes to the military and technology and stuff like that. Japan, led by Yoshihito, and was authoritarian, and they basically held what is modern day Korea, or North and South Korea, and from here on out they would take this large amount of land, I think what is called Manchuria, and from there on they would have a battle and a war against China. We have Australia. We have the Dutch holding the Dutch East Indies, or modern day Indonesia, which is absolutely insane when you look at the population of Indonesia and the population of the Netherlands at that time. Of course, we have Canada, Denmark, we have the United States, ruled by Woodrow Wilson, the President of the United States, of course. Insular government of Philippines. Okay, so they held the Philippines. But as you know, the United States eventually entered the war and helped the United Kingdom and France to beat the Germans, and that wouldn't be the last time. We have Cuba, Mario G. Manogal. We have Mexico, ruled by Victoriano Huerta, and Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala. We have Colombia, Venezuela, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, and France over here. This is now Suriname, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. What is happening here? Is this contested or something? There's a border conflict in this state. Okay, so something is going on here. And Falkland Islands, held by the Brits. And Argentina had the Falkland War against England. Not in this time period, of course, but much later. But it's crazy to see that, like, I don't know if Argentina has any legit claims on it except for its close proximity. But look where Great Britain is, and look where the Falkland Islands are. I guess, I don't know if it was ever colonized by Spain or Argentina and the Brits took it, or it was never colonized and the Brits just took it, and Argentina thought like, hey, I can take it because it's so close. We got Chile over here, a long nation. What do you have over here? Oh, I guess this is something random. Well, I guess that's it. Once again, sorry for not posting as often, and of course I hope you understand it. And as always, I wish you a good day and a good life. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Through this way, I would like to give a special thanks to Phil at Excelsior7, Dominic Vane, Rob, Denise, Antox, Sam B, Sillard, Cigar,